Hello guys, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So today we will be covering everything about the recent policy, that is National Education Policy 2020. Okay, so this is a complete guide for this, that what is this and what it will do and everything, what are its visions and key principle, okay, and goals, and how will it be implemented effectively. Okay, so first we will start off with the vision. So first vision is that an education system that contribute to an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all. Second, develops a deep sense of respect towards the fundamental rights, duties, and constitutional values, bonding with one's country, and a conscious awareness of one's role and responsibility in a changing world. Third, instill skills, value, and disposition that supports responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development and living, and global well-being, thereby reflecting a true global citizen. Okay, now let us study about the key principle. What are its key principle of NEP? So first is that respect for diversity and local context in all curriculum, pedagogy and the policy. Second, equity and inclusion, okay, as the cornerstone of all educational decision. Third can be community participation by the encouragement and facilitation for philanthropic, private and community participation. Okay. Fourth can be use of technology in teaching and learning, removing language barriers for Divyang student and in educational planning and management. Okay. Fifth is emphasize on conceptual understanding rather than rote learning and learning for the exam. Sixth is unique capabilities by recognizing and identifying them in each students. Sixth, critical thinking and creativity to encourage logical decision making and innovation. And the last one is continuous review based on the sustained research and regular assessment by educational expert. Now we will study about ECCC, that is universal access to early childhood care and education. Now we will see that how the government will ensure that they provide the early childhood care and the education. So first point for this can be multiple pathways. Multiple pathways to learning involving both formal and non-formal education mode. Second can be, which is very important, that build more schools by promoting both government and non-governmental philanthropic organization to build school. Third, learning outcome. Focus will be on achieving desired learning outcome at all the level. Fourth can be bring back the dropouts, okay, back to school. Who the children who took a dropout, bring them back to the school. Fifth is alternative and innovative education center, so that everyone get the education at ease and wherever they are living. Okay, and the last one is tutoring, which is suitable for all categories, business and personal presentation. Okay, that is studying in a group. Now let us see that what are their expected outcomes. So first is universalization of access from ECCE to secondary. Second, ensure equity and inclusion. Third, bring back 2 crores out of school children. Fourth, attain SDG goals of retaining all children in school until completion of secondary education. Fifth, improve quality and achievement of learning outcome. Okay, that is foundational literacy and numeracy, that is FLN. And sixth, focus on 21st century skills and teaching, learning and assessment. Seventh, resource sharing. Okay. Eighth, effective governance, that is separation of powers and common norms. And the last one is overcoming the language barrier in learning. Okay. Now we will see the about transforming curricular and pedagogical structure. So if I talk about the existing one, which is now X. Okay, so in the X system there was, in the top chain it comes the 2 year, and in down 10 years. Okay, that is 10 plus 2. Okay, and in this age group was 6 to 16, and in 2 years, that is, you can take 11 12th, age is around 16 to 18. Okay, so this was the existing one. Now if I talk about the new one, so it starts like this. Okay, so basically this is the middle one and this is the secondary one. Okay, and below this is foundational. Okay, so in the new one, what is first step when you are born? Okay, so first will come as foundational. Now what will come in foundational? In foundational, at the age of first 3 to 6, they will go in Anganwadi, preschool or Bal Vatika. And after that, at age 6 to 8, that is 2 years, they will be in class 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the foundational level. That is the first one, and that is the base one. Okay, where you are starting. Second, we will come at preparatory level. So in this level, it consists of 3 years total. And what class they will cover? They will cover the class 3 to 5. And if I talk about the age group will be around 8 to 11. Okay, then after that the third part come, which is middle level. At middle level, this is also for the 3 years, and this is also for 3 years. And if I talk about the class will come at 6th class to 8th class, and age will be around 11 to 14. Okay, and the last stage is secondary. So they have divided into 4 tiers basically. Secondary, and this consists of 4 years, that is class 9 to class 12, and age in this criteria will be 14 to 18. Okay, so this is the new structure of this NEP. So at the secondary stage there will be multidisciplinary study, critical thinking, flexibility and student choice of subject. In the middle stage, that is third one, there will be experimental learning in the sciences, mathematics, arts, social sciences and humanities. In the second stage was preparatory stage, in which the students will play and do discovery and activity based and interactive classroom learning. And at the foundational stage, there will be multi-level play and activity based learning. Now let us see about the framework of ECCE. Okay, let's study the framework now. So first you can be say that there is new NPFECE, yes, and this is National Curricular and Pedagogical Framework for Early Childhood Education, and this will be drafted by NCERT. Okay, second can be research and best practices. So NCPFECE will be aligned with the latest research on ECCE and national and international best practices. Now let's come on to the third one. Third one is multi-facet framework, which is comprising of alphabets, language, numbers, counting, colors, shape, indoor and outdoor play, puzzle and logical thinking, problem solving, drawing, painting and other visual arts. And the last one is school preparation module, a 3-month play-based school preparation module for all grade 1 student to be developed by the NCERT. Now let us talk about changes in the curriculum. Okay, so as we all know that there has been reduction in the curriculum in this NEP. So let's see what are the reduction and what are they introducing new factor to their curriculum. So first is core essentials. That means curriculum in all subject to be reduced to its core essentials only. Second, critical thinking. They will be more focusing on the critical thinking, inquiry, discovery, decision and analysis based teaching and learning methods for holistic education. Third, interactive classes. Interactive teaching with reduced dependency on textbook learning. Question from student will be promoted. And the last one is experimental learning. That means fun, creative, collaborative and exploratory activities in classroom for experiential learning and deeper student learning. Okay, and the curriculum and pedagogy to be transformed by 2022 to promote skill-based and minimize rote-based learning, and the revision of NCF for school education and NCF for teacher education 2009 by 2021. Okay, now let's see the curriculum in mental and physical health and their well-being. So it is mandatory for students now to acquire skills in health and nutrition, physical education, fitness, wellness and sports. Okay, so there will be health checkup, annual health checkup for all the students, and reduced weight of school bags. Okay, there will be a reduction in the weight of school bags and textbook through suitable changes in the curriculum and pedagogy. Third, mandatory skills in health and wellness. Okay, so mandatory skills to be imbibed by all students: health, nutritious, physical education, fitness, wellness and sports. In addition, basic training in preventive health care, mental health, first aid, personal and public hygiene will be included in the curriculum. Okay, and there will also be the hiring of counselors in school complexes. State government will be encouraged to hire adequate number of counselors and teachers. Okay, which is to be shared across school complexes. And there will be focus on children with disability. Okay, this differentiated intervention and suitable infrastructure development at school to make access easier for children with disability. Okay, and the last is inclusive and caring culture at school. The role and expectation of principal and teacher will explicitly include developing a caring and inclusive culture at school. Okay. Now let us see about that what changes they have made in textbooks. Okay. So now the textbook will be with local content and flavor. All textbook to contain only essential core matter while capturing any desired nuances and supplementary material as per the local context and need. Affordable, high quality and energized textbook to be provided along with free digital version of Diksha platform. State to prepare their own curriculum and textbook based on NCERT curriculum and textbooks, incorporating state flavor and material as needed. And last is there will be concerted effort through suitable changes in the curriculum and pedagogy to significantly reduce the weight of school bags and textbook. And now we'll see that what knowledge of India they have increased in the textbook. So obviously there is a increased in the inclusive factor so that student have good knowledge of the country which he is living in. Okay, so there will be a increased effort uh, to make student know about their own country history. Okay, so videos documentary on inspirational luminaries of India in science and beyond. The student will be given logical framework for making ethical decision at a young age. In later years expanded along themes of cheating, violence, plagiarism, littering, tolerance, equality and empathy. Okay, and traditional Indian values and all basic and constitutional values will be developed in all the students. Okay, excerpt from the Indian Constitution will also be considered essential reading for all the student. Basic training of health, mental health, good nutrition, personal and public hygiene, disaster response and the first aid will also be included, and they will also be incorporating in a accurate and scientific manner wherever relevant. India knowledge system including tribal knowledge and indigenous traditional way of learning will be covered. Okay, and the curriculum will include knowledge from the ancient India to modern India as well as the future aspiration. Now let us talk about the examination system, how the examination pattern will be changed from this. So if I talk about first grade 1 to 8, so there will be a key stage assessment, that is census assessments at key stage in classes 3, 5 and 8 to track their achievement. Second is moving away from rote learning, that is assessment of core concept and knowledge, higher order skills and its application in real life situation, which means that they will be moving away from the rote learning. Okay, and if I talk about the result of school examination, they will be used only for developmental purposes and for continuous monitoring and improvement of the schooling system. Okay, now let us see about the main one, that is 9 to 12, basically board examination, which include boards examination. So board exam now will be made easier as they will test primarily core capacities or competencies. Viable model will be explored more. Okay. And if we talk about the guidelines, so guideline will be prepared by the NCERT in consultation with the SCERT or the Board of Assessment, that is BOA. Okay, and teachers to be prepared for transformation in the assessment system by 2022-23 academic session. And beginning with the mathematics, all subject could be offered at the 2 levels. Okay. Now there is one more new thing, that is holistic progress card. So states or union territories will redesign progress card in school to make them holistic 360-degree multi-dimensional support. Progress card will include self-assessment, peer assessment and teacher assessment. The card will be reflecting the progress and uniqueness of the learner in the cognitive, affective, social, economical and psychomotor domains. Progress in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolios, etc. to be included in report card. The holistic progress will actively involve parents in their children's education and development. Also, AI-based software to be developed to help track growth through school years and to help students make optimal career choices. Now let's talk about language, or there will be actually multilingualism. Okay, that is multi-language basically, and the power of language learning. So first is that the medium of instruction up to grade 5 and preferably till grade 8 and beyond will be home language or their mother tongue or their local tongue language. Okay, the Languages of India is a fun project activity on to be taken by every student. 3 languages to be taught will be decided by the state and union territories, and all classical languages will be widely available in schools as a options. Now let us see that what will be the changes made in schools. Okay, in their infrastructure and standard settings and all. So there will be standard settings and accreditation. Okay, first there will be setting up of state school standard authority. Okay, which is basically giving rank to the school so that school can perform better when you are given some reward or any ranking. So we are ought to perform better. Okay, so there will be a setting up of triple SA and self-disclosure of all the basic regulatory information of the school at SSSA and their school website. Okay, and they will also ensure that all schools follow certain minimal professional and quality standard. Development of school quality assessment and accreditation framework by SCERT and NCERT, and there will be periodic health checkup of the overall system through a sample based national achievement survey. So now we will talk about teachers, what changes they have made in their education requirement. Okay, so if I talk about teacher education, so they have divided it into 2 parts. Okay, the B.Ed. Okay, so there is first is 4 years integrated B.Ed, second one is 2-year integrated 2-year B.Ed, and the last one is 1-year B.Ed. So now let's see what all are this for, who all required to do just 2-year B.Ed, who is required to only 1, and who is required to 4-year. Okay, so 4-year, if I talk about the 4-year integrated B.Ed, so minimum degree qualification for teaching that include student teaching at local school by 2030. Okay, so and if I talk about 2-year B.Ed, these are for the applicants with an existing bachelor's degree in other specialized subject, and if I talk about now 1-year, this 1-year B.Ed is for those who have completed the equivalent of 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor's degree or have obtained a master degree in specialty. And all these B.Ed programs will include training in time-tested technique in pedagogy, multi-level teaching and evaluation. Okay, teaching children with disabilities, teaching children with special interest or talent, use of educational technology and learners centered and collaborative learning. Now let's see that how this all pattern have improved the teachers education. So all teacher education program to be conducted within the composite multidisciplinary institution. There will be new and comprehensive national curriculum framework for teacher education by 2021. Okay, and there will be NTA testing for admission to the B.Ed, and stringent action against substandard standalone teacher education institutions, that is TEIAs. Also, there will be merit-based scholarship for 4-year B.Ed integrated program, and teachers eligibility test at all stages will be strengthened. Now let us study about the key focus area of this policy. Key focus areas. So first, the focus is on socio-economically disadvantaged group, that is SEDGs. Okay, and SEDGs can be broadly classified based on, first is gender identities, particularly female and transgender individual. Second, cultural identities such as scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBCs and minority. Third, geographical identities such as student from village, small town and aspirational district. Fourth, student with disabilities. Okay. And the last is socio-economic conditions such as migrant communities, low income household, children with vulnerable situation, victim or children of child trafficking, orphans, etc., etc. Okay. The separate strategies will be formulated for the focused attention for reducing each of category-wise gaps in school education. Now let us read a bit about PARAG. So this there will be a setting up of National Center for Performance Assessment, Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development, which is PARAG. What they will do basically, assessments, and they provide the 21st century skills, okay, by promoting critical and creative thinking aligned to the 21st century in the classrooms. Okay, and there will be for assessment there will be a shift toward competency based assessment. Now if I talk about their objective, so the first objective is the setting norms and standard and guidelines for assessment and evaluation. Second, guiding the state achievement survey, that is SAS. Third, conducting the national achievement survey, NAS. Fourth and the last, monitoring achievement of learning outcome in the country. Now let us see the timelines or the goal achievement promises that they have made. Okay, so basically let me write down timeline timeline for the goals. Timeline for implementation of ECE and the new assessment pattern. Okay, so if I talk about 2021 and 22, so they will be initiating implementation of 1 year of pre-primary school and 3-month preparatory module for class 1 student, and which is the phase 1. Now if we come on to the phase 2 is 2023-24. So in this there will be expansion of 1 year of pre-primary school through primary school and Anganwadis. Okay. And if I talk about the board pattern, changes in the board pattern, so if I talk about the class 10, so there will be changes in by 2022-23 academic year, and for class 12 the changes are expected to be done on 2024-25 academic year. So if we expand this timeline more and go deep into it year by year, so let's study one by one. Okay, so first what will happen in 2021 and 22 academic year. So there will be a formulation of national circular framework for school education and national curriculum framework for the teachers education. Okay, so these are set for the 2021-22. For 2022-23, a common guiding set of national professional standard for teachers, that is NPST, and teachers prepared for transformation in the assessment system. Okay, so these are made for 2022-23. Now let us go directly to the these will be implemented in the upcoming year of until 2025. So and other changes will come on further from 2025 to in 2026. Okay, so in 2025-26 they will be attaining universal foundational literacy and numeracy in all primary school for all learners by grade 3. State government to optimize resources through mechanisms to group or rationalize schools such as school complexes, and at least 50% of the learners exposed to vocational education in the school and higher education system. Okay, then the next goal they are thinking of achieving by 2029-30. And what will be achieved till this? So there will be universal provision for quarterly early childhood development care. Teacher education will be gradually moved into multidisciplinary college and universities with minimum degree qualification of 4-year B.Ed. Only educationally sound, multidisciplinary and integrated teacher education program shall be in force, and all TEIs will converted into multidisciplinary institution. And they are expecting by 2040. They are expecting by 2040 that policy is fully operational. Following this is a comprehensive review will be undertaken on by 2040. So this is basically a 10-year plan. Fully they are thinking of achieving everything in 10 years. Now at last we will just discuss about only the new features of this policy. Okay, we won't compare or anything, we will just discuss about the new features. Okay, so first let us take preparation of schooling and elementary schooling level. So there will be ECCE for all by 2030, national curriculum framework for ECC. Okay, achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio in school education by 2030. Preparatory class Balvatika for 5-6 year old student in Anganwadis or preschool. School preparation modules for all class 1 entrants, and setup of PAL Bhavans. Okay, now if we talk about, this is the second one, school infra. Okay, basically it is the conclusion only. I am just giving you the conclusion of what we have done. So there will be special education zones, SEG, utilize the unused capacity of school as Samajik Chetna Kendras, school complexes or clusters for resource sharing. Third can be holistic development of the student. So no hard separation from this curricular, extra and co-curricular, arts and science and sports and vocational craft. Okay, so there will be no hard separation for this art, science, commerce and everything. The student can take whatever he want. Okay, any combination what he like. There will be innovative pedagogies to be explored, such as experimental teaching or learning method. Book promotion policy and digital libraries will be coming up. Okay, and holistic report card I already told you, and vocational education integration from primary grades, and a 10-day internship with a local trade craftsperson for grade 6 to 8. Okay, now we come on to fourth point, that is inclusivity. So there will be a gender inclusion fund, KGBVs up to class 12, special provision for gifted children, adult education AE to focus upon technological based solution. Okay, NIOS to expand to include vocational courses and courses for grade 3, 5 and 8. Medium of instruction will be the mother tongue or local language till the grade 5 at least. Fifth, assessment. So national assessment Center for Performance Assessment Review Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development, that is PARAG, will be set up. Okay, exam in grade 3, 5 and 8 in addition to the board exam in grade 10th and 12th. And if I talk about the board exam, there will be modular low stake based on conceptual knowledge and its application. Sixth, we talk about the teachers recruitment and their education. So minimum qualification degree for teaching will be a 4-year integrated B.Ed degree by 2030. Teacher recruitment based on TET, NTA test and teaching demonstration. Okay, and TET is mandatory for teaching. There will be a minimum 50 hours of in-service training per teacher per year. National Professional Standard for Teacher NPST by 2022. IT and database predictive planning for recruitment of students in TEI. Okay, and TEI is to move to multidisciplinary college and universities by 2030. There will be a stringent action on non-performing TEIs. And the last we see about the role of government. Okay, so State Department to look after policy making, Directorate of Education to look after operation, SCRT to look after academics, and State School Standard Authority to set minimum common standard for the online self-disclosure by all public and private school. There will be a random sampling of students for continuous online feedback on self-disclosure by schools. Engagement of social worker, alumni, retired teacher and volunteer with school. There will be strengthening the Central Advisory Board of Education, that is CAB, for developing, articulating, evaluating and revising the vision of education on a continuous basis in collaboration with MHRD and corresponding apex bodies of state. And the last is, it is desirable that Ministry of Human Resource Development be designated as Ministry of Education to bring back the focus on education and learning. And this is over. My mouth is also tired now. Okay, this is quite a long video, okay, of about 30 minutes, I guess, more than 30. So okay, so I hope I cover all the points for this new education policy, and you have an overview now of what it is. Okay, and if you like this video and the explanation, and so you can share with your friends also, because the more you watch, the more motivation I get for making more videos for you guys. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. We will meet in the next video. Okay, goodbye.